Kickball, nephew. Eric Dachen, United. Rashford from the Manx. Stars of what seems like an ancient game week. Armchair Pundits, FPL managers. Do you even remember game week 6? Minority Report is here to remind you. Let's start on a painful note. The last team I wanted to see topping our mini league has done it. They have smashed the Game of the Week accolade. They are at the summit. Not the summit some of you gutter managers have in mind. Consistent Kickball wanderers, despite dropping a massive 13 points from their Game Week 5 total, is at the top for real. Owns our league. For the sake of long-term fantasy football peace, I know and I believe Kickball at the top is a fluke. It will go away like it never happened. A flickering mistake which was never meant to happen. Gah! How did Kickball get here? Kickball's Moti, probably sourced from his favorite province, KZN, clearly showed him in advance how floundering Liverpool would strangely draw a blank against their whipping boy neighbours, the Blue Scouts. Kickball conjured those KZN spirits which showed him the legend of Naples, Joe Gomez, who he drafted in out of the blue for a massive defensive return. Joe Gomez of all people. Furthermore, Kickball shunned the Haaland captaincy bandwagon, the bandwagon which is flogged to eternity by our managers. Every manager has Haaland as captain these days. Instead, Kickball matched Haaland's Game Week 6 return using his beloved Harry Kane. And to those in close proximity to him, I can hear him going, "Take me home, Harry Kane," an annoying chant loved by Kickball. At least, he didn't top the game week. That distinction belongs to 13th placed nephew, who made no transfers, persisted with New England international Ivan Toney for a juicy return. Never mind that Toney helped himself to a nice hat-trick against Leaky Leeds. And chances are the Brentford striker was among the outgoing transfers our managers were feasting on. I'm sure most of you regret it now. Are you getting Toney back? On the defensive side, nephew roped in Fabian Schär of the boys from his Game Week 5 substitutes, and for Schär to return the favour with a brilliant clean sheet. All these actions led to a Bossy 71 points by nephew. Well done, nephew. Time to talk a bit of money. Mini league finances. Eric Dachen United is the Pundits' most valuable team at a value of £101.8 million. Of course, these riches were offset by misery on what matters the most, fantasy league points. Opted for a wildcard chip. Guess how many points he got? An embarrassing 35 points. Maybe it's about time, you focus on the points instead of playing fantasy football Wall Street genius. Our player of the week ended Arsenal's flat track bully streak with a brace, and for good measure, an assist as well. We are talking about the Red Devils' Marcus Rashford. It's also safe to say Rashford just loves playing against the Gunners. Remember when he scored a brace against them at the same venue to introduce himself to the world? Two other players who just missed out on Player of the Week. Wow. Toney. That hat-trick against Leeds was a marvel, and I hope it's not a fluke. We want to see more of your goals, especially given that now you are an England international. Lastly, Alexis McAllister City. Oops. Of course, I'm talking about the Argentine, Alexis McAllister, who might have gobbled more points if he didn't open his team's destruction of Leicester City with a yellow card. But it didn't mean much as McAllister added another brace to Game Week 6. And maybe this is the result that led flamboyant Chelsea chairman Bowley to say, "Let's get Potter. I don't care how much it costs. I'm an American. I can afford it." As for Leicester, time up, Brendan Rodgers. Just go, man. Leicester, no, man.